Tell us about the Hazelnut Factory.
Collaborated Western cafe with Indian desserts. That is how THF came up, wherein we brought specialty coffee and artisanal sweets together for the first time.
Nice.
So we have created and trademarked a mithai called Lemon.
Okay.
And we have got trademark in 3-4 classes.
Okay.
Now Lemon is a combination of laddu and bonbon.
Wow.
Coffee is very, very challenging. If you want to serve good cup of coffee at all your stores, consistent coffee, it is not an easy thing to do.
हाँ, same flavor, same kind.
So हमने बाहर 2 टेबल लगाई रेस्टोरेंट की
अच्छा.
और वहाँ सारी ब्रेड्स लगाई and we started selling that.
अंकित, ये छोटी बात नहीं है, क्योंकि जब आप एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाते हैं, फाउंडर बन जाते हैं और आप एक बिजनेस सेटअप कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद उस चेयर से उतर के अगर सड़क पे खड़े होकर हमको कुछ बेचना पड़े और आपने वो किया, and this is not a small thing, believe. From a small town dreamer to the creator of one of North India's fastest growing F&B brands, Ankit Sahni, founder of the Hazelnut Factory, has built more than just a cafe. He's built an experience. In this episode, we dive into his journey from real estate to restaurants, the mindset behind his success, and how THF became a household name with its perfect blends of innovation, flavor, and design. अंकित, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है हमारे पॉडकास्ट पे.
Thank you so much, Rashi. Thank you so much for calling me here.
Ankit, you know, everybody in Lucknow told me कि अंकित सहानी को पॉडकास्ट पे बुलाओ. तो मुझे सब, I kept asking them कौन है ये. They said, you know, he's doing fabulous work in the mithai and the cakery and, you know, the cafe sections. Now to start with, कैसे आप यहाँ तक आए? सबको बताइए.
राशि जी, मैंने you know, I belong to a very small town called Gola-Gokrannath in Lakhimpur Kheri.
Okay.
And I did my education, the basic education from Gola-Gokrannath itself.
Okay.
And then when I was in class 6th, my parents decided कि यार इसको बाहर boarding में भेजते हैं, because there were very few opportunities there, and my mother was very scared. उनको लग रहा था कि ये क्या करेगा 12th के बाद, you know, so एक वो mother की stress जो है वो शुरू हो गई थी. So I went to Nainital, then I went to Gurgaon for 2 years for my 11th and 12th. Okay. And I did my economic honors for Punjab University, Chandigarh.
Acha.
And after that, I came to Delhi and I started working for a real estate firm.
Acha.
My father was very curious. He wanted me back to Lakhimpur. I didn't want to come back. So एक वो consensus हुआ कि अब अंकित को लखनऊ बुला लिया जाए, because Lucknow is very close to Lakhimpur. And when I came to Lucknow, I started with real estate.
Acha.
And in 2012, I shifted in Lucknow.
Okay.
It was a new city for me. Okay. There were no friends.
Okay.
And but there was always, you know, my aspiration was to build a cafe. So when I was doing real estate, I was quite successful in my venture.
Okay.
But real estate, na, you get free by 5 or 6 o'clock. And I was at that time I was 22. So मुझे लगा कि मेरे पास तो यार बहुत spare time है. And so I opened a cafe here in Lucknow.
Acha.
I opened in 2016.
Okay. With the same name?
No, it was a franchisee. I opened in Gomti Nagar, and it was a hit.
I'm sure.
And people were loving the concept. People were loving the idea. And somehow I realized that whenever you know, you open a cafe with a limited seating capacity, and as an individual, I have a lot of aspirations. Like when I open something or when I create something, I want to you know, do as much as I can to expand that, you know, venture. अब कैफे में राशि जी प्रॉब्लम क्या थी कि suppose you build a cafe of 60 seats, और 2 टाइम मेजरली लोग आते हैं खाने, या लंच में या डिनर पे. On an average, if I you know, अगर मैं एक एवरेज लूं कि एक आदमी एक टेबल, how much time do they spend in the cafe? So it is around 1.5 hours if you're going for a meal.
In a place like Lucknow?
Yes, in a place like Lucknow, yes. And also the kind of concept that is there. So in QSR, you'll spend 20-25 minutes. But in a cafe, more laid back setting, you want to spend more time because there are conversations happening. You're meeting up somebody, and you kind of spend more time there. So हम लोग कितनी भी मेहनत करते थे, डिनर अगर 7 से रेस्टोरेंट भरना शुरू होता था, 11 बजे तक भरता था, हम लोग कभी भी 2-3 टेबल से ज्यादा एक टेबल पे बिजनेस नहीं क्रिएट कर पाते थे. एंड even though that venture was running very, very successfully, I kind of wanted to create a concept where I am not limited to the seating capacity that I have in the cafe. So I wanted to reach more people, and in a tier 2 city, in metros there are a lot of potential. The cities are big, there's more population, so you kind of have more potential to open and create a chain of those kind of restaurants. But in Lucknow or a tier 2 city, you have a limitation.
And way back, like 2016.
And this is 2016. This is like 10 years back. Yes. And so I wanted to do something else. Even though the restaurant was doing fine, my family was not very happy. Me being working so much in F&B, because they saw me very successful in real estate, so they wanted me to be continue doing what I was doing.
More stability, they thought, more money.
Yes. But once, as I told you, I am being very aspirational. I want to do something which I really like. Money is always secondary for me. And ऐसा नहीं कि मैं इससे बोल रहा हूँ, but this actually have been. मेरा हमेशा से idea था कि if you really want to do something, you kind of give more extras to it because you kind of love that job.
Of course.
And then ultimately you're going to earn money. So मैं एक बारी and in this search of creating a new concept where I could reach people, I went to a mithai shop. My father told me that you have to go at a particular mithai shop that he likes, and he told me कि अंकित तुम जाके ना दिवाली की मिठाई मेरी फाइनल कर. I remember going to that place, and when I reached that mithai shop, it was a very good mithai shop. Not going to take a name.
Yeah.
But मैं because boarding में रहा, मैं कभी मिठाई में नहीं कभी शॉप में गया. और but मेरे दिमाग में, मेरे गांव में जो मिठाई की शॉप होती थी, वो एक दिमाग में कॉन्सेप्ट मेरे था कि बाहर चाट है, आप अंदर जाओगे तो कुछ ना कुछ जलेबी रसगुल्ला होगा. Then right hand side there are counters where there are going to be mithai.
Yeah.
And to my surprise, it was moreover the same kind of concept with different interiors. And that clicked me that nobody is doing anything with Indian mithai. There's such a big market for it. And majorly what we are doing is we are following Western cafes, we are copying that concept. But what about our food? जो हम लोग खा रहे हैं इतने सालों से. And so I kind of created a concept, and I collaborated Western cafe with Indian desserts. And that is how THF came up, wherein we brought specialty coffee and artisanal sweets together for the first time.
Now, from real estate to the Hazelnut Factory.
Yes.
Tell us about the Hazelnut Factory. What do you do in it? What are the different kind of services and products? And what is different about it?
Okay.
Let's hear.
So I'll tell you, the Hazelnut Factory is India's first concept.
Okay.
Where we have brought specialty coffee and artisanal sweets together.
Wow.
Generally, whenever you go to a Indian dessert shop, or वो जो एक मिठाई वाले के यहाँ या हलवाई वाले के यहाँ, so what do you see? You see there is a chaat counter at the front.
Yeah.
Then there is another live dessert counter where you're making jalebi or frying something and dipping it in sugar. You go inside, and inside there is an Indian restaurant. Which is more like a QSR concept. And on the right hand side or on the back hand side, there are full of counters where you select mithai, which is already being prepared.
Yeah.
THF is an bang on opposite kind of on that concept.
Okay.
Where when you walk into THF, you're going to feel that warm vibe. It is very, very inviting, the kind of interiors that we do. And instead of chaat or jalebi, you'll find a very nice coffee shop.
Okay.
And with that coffee shop, you find beautiful artisanal mithai. And by artisanal mithai, I'm saying that, we don't do regular sweets which you have seen in the market before. Rather, we have created different products. We have really innovated Indian, mithai cuisine,
Okay.
and we're changing the landscape of Indian mithai with
Like
THF.
what kind of mithais?
So we have created and trademarked a mithai called Lamon,
Okay.
and we have got trademark in 3-4 classes.
Okay.
Now, Lamon is a combination of laddu and bonbon.
Wow.
Yes,
The bonbon biscuit.
the bonbon chocolate
The chocolate.
and laddu, Indian
Oh,
laddu,
okay.
and it's a combination of that.
Okay.
And we make it with cashews,
Okay.
and there are different flavors that we create in it. One is that we make there's a product called French cranberry lamon,
Okay.
where we make a laddu with cashews.
Okay.
There's no khoya in it.
Acha.
Yes, and there's no preservative in it.
Acha.
And then we dip it in Calibu chocolate. Then we
Oh.
roll it with Valentine imported biscuit.
I'm
And
gonna
there- and-
cry now, okay?
yes,
Because
and-
because this is like yum. Okay.
And then we put dried cranberries inside the laddu, giving you that
Wow.
tangy texture
Yum.
with chocolate and sweet
Yeah.
texture.
Okay.
And that is called French cranberry lemon. So we have created.
And you've trademarked it.
We've trademarked it.
Wow,
Yes.
this is amazing.
We have trademarked it, and we have not just trademarked this. We have this trademark is registered. Otherwise, we have 4 more trademarks that are
Acha.
in the process. I think it'll be done in another month or so. And
Okay.
so we create a mithai with lotus biscoff.
Hmm.
It's called lotus biscoff barfi.
Okay.
We create a mithai with Oreo.
Okay.
It's called Oreo crunch.
Oh.
We make a mithai that's called cashew tiramisu. So where we infuse, with the specialty coffee, we create a coffee syrup,
Okay.
and then we make it with Indian flavors, and we create a cashew tiramisu.
Okay.
We make a mithai called pan of nababs. So that is 100% made with pistachios. Feel like pan, you eat, you'll feel like pan, and it's so smooth. The
Okay.
texture is very nice.
Hmm.
So that is how we have created a new menu for ourselves.
Hmm.
The mithai menu that you find in THF,
Hmm.
I can guarantee you'll not find anywhere else.
Yeah, I think the names also itself, you
Yes.
go to any of globally also you go anywhere.
Yes, and it is very very surprising for people. But when you walk into THF, you'll feel this is like a European cafe vibes.
Hmm.
We use our signature blue color, which is
Yeah, I love that.
Yes,
I've seen it on the
yes,
website. The
yes,
amazing blue and the
yes,
cream and the white.
yes. And you sit for a coffee. You'll definitely love the coffee.
Hmm.
And then when you're going back, you see a dessert counter which does not look like patisserie. Looks like a very very modern Indian dessert counter. And when I started way back in 2019, and it was just I think a month that we opened, and we were experimenting. My brother had just joined then the business, and people used to come and they used to have that dessert, and they used
Yeah.
to like that dessert a lot. And I told my brother then that, boss, now this is somewhere that you have to stuck with me,
Hmm.
and now you have to work here and we have to work together and create this into a bigger
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
When I started THF, there was a lot of people who were very very skeptical whether THF is going to grow into मिठाई space or not,
Hmm.
because हमने आज तक ना राशि जी कभी ऐसी कोई मिठाई की दुकान देखी नहीं
नहीं,
जहाँ पर
खाई
चाट
नहीं।
नहीं है,
Yeah. हाँ.
जहाँ
true.
पर जलेबी नहीं है,
हाँ.
जहाँ पर हलवा नहीं है,
हाँ.
जहाँ पर खोए की बनाई मिठाई नहीं है,
हाँ.
जहाँ पे छेना नहीं है,
हाँ.
but still have a very very elaborated mithai menu, which is very very different.
Hmm.
Plus, and it gives you that European vibe
Hmm.
where you have a nice Americano,
Hmm.
and plus it is a vegetarian concept.
The entire
The
brand.
entire brand is
What are you
vegetarian.
talking? Really?
Yes,
Oh.
THF is a vegetarian brand where you get a lot of vegan options.
Okay.
We do very nice avocado chickpea bowl.
Acha.
We do very nice vegan sandwiches,
Wonderful.
in sourdough breads, and then you get vegan desserts
Hmm.
in patisserie section as well.
Excellent.
So THF is more like a neighborhood cafe, which is premium cafe,
Hmm.
And the value for money that you find in THF is way more than you find in any other neighborhood cafes.
Yeah, that we could understand seeing your website. It's not highly priced, and because when we see the boxes, on the website, मतलब affordable है. एक normal public के लिए, because a place like Lucknow, which is also it's no more a two-tier city now. It's big. Lucknow is big now.
Yes.
And but ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत लोग expensive मिठाई खरीद लेंगे. खरीदने वाले खरीदते हैं.
मुझे लगता है राशि जी, I call it more like a more than value for money brand.
Yeah. बिल्कुल.
THF does not give you just value for your money, but I think as a brand we give more than the value that you spend. And since day one, that has been the target.
Yeah. Ankit, I'm already very hungry now during the show. And, thinking about this, I'm diabetic, someone who's not supposed to eat sweets. I'm sure you would be having options for people who have diabetes also.
Yes.
Now, tell us about the different outlets.
Okay.
You've expanded big, touch wood. And, God has been kind on you.
Yes.
So tell us about your different outlets. I think you just opened one store in Varanasi also.
Yes.
So let's hear.
So, we THF is currently now in 6 cities.
Wow.
We are in Lucknow, we are in Kanpur, we are in Delhi, we are in Noida,
okay.
We are in Agra, Varanasi, Prayagraj, 7 cities now.
Okay.
And we are expanding the brand to 7 more cities by the end of this financial year.
Excellent.
And Rashi ji, it is, मैं आपको बताऊं क्या है, जब Tier 2 से कोई ब्रांड आगे जाके दिल्ली जाता है ना, so metro cities में there is one perception that Tier 2 brand है और उसका अपना एक अपना एक cloud होगा, and they cannot, how can they enter Tier 1?
Yes.
And this is a basic perception that people had.
Yeah. They still have it.
Yes.
Still have
and
it, yeah.
When I opened my first store in Delhi, Aerocity,
okay.
and majorly 50% of the clientele is foreigner there because of the kind of offices, multinational corporates are there. And when somebody asks, कि यार ये brand कहाँ का है? And my manager tells them that the brand started from Lucknow, and they get shocked. कि यार अच्छा, something like this is actually in Lucknow.
Yeah.
But what I believe is that when we started in Lucknow, we did not have that huge marketing budget. We did not have that kind of PR that is there for when you're in metro city. We did not even have that kind of investor money with us. But then we had that guts to have that consistency, to create a product which even metros don't have, to create something which is a very different, unique concept, which is not even anywhere across in any city in India. And when we opened our stores in Delhi, it was a big bet because after Lucknow, I opened in Delhi.
Okay, and how many stores you have in Delhi?
We have in Delhi NCR, we have 3 stores.
Acha.
Yes, one in Noida, one in Panjabi Bagh,
okay,
and then one in Aerocity.
Acha.
And then after that, we opened in Kanpur, we opened in Prayagraj, we opened in Agra, we opened in Varanasi. And लोग जो है ना THF को, especially UP, लोगों को लगता है कि this is something that is my brand. People resonate with THF. Like you said, that a lot of people told you कि यार आप लखनऊ जा रहे हैं, अंकित से बात करिए. And that is because they have that love for the brand. They have seen that from Tier 2 cities, अभी तक लखनऊ का कोई ऐसा brand नहीं है जो इस level पे इतनी जल्दी expand कर रहा है. All because of the kind of love that we got from people. But also the kind of hard work, the kind of innovation, and the kind of guts that we had to actually expand the brand.
I think, see, the feedback I'm going to give you on the podcast today. People say the mithai and the delicacies are tasty, which is very important. You can build a brand. That's okay. There are brands already existing. The food and delicacies are not tasty.
Yes.
It has to go and it has to melt in your mouth.
Yes.
And I think that's what the feedback I got,
Yes.
that it is very tasty to eat that mithai.
Yes.
Especially that the chocolate one which we see on the website with those crunchy on the top.
Yes, yes,
I think वो लोग बहुत पसंद करते हैं.
Yes.
मेरे को नाम तो आपने आज बताया है.
yes.
So that's the feedback we got, honest feedback.
Yes.
You know, and I think it is your honesty.
No, I think Rashi ji, there are 3 level of criteria that we have set for the brand,
Okay.
and the first criteria has 2 points.
Okay.
One is my guest delight,
Okay.
and another is quality, something that we don't compromise at all.
Yeah.
And second is my team, of course,
Yeah, of course.
and you know, the people who are associated with the brand, whether it is our vendors or
Yeah.
our security agencies or our housekeeping agencies, our marketing social media agencies, and third is my sales and my profit. So there are 3 tiers that I have
Yeah.
created in THF. You know, THF is one of a very few brand which does not have any sales target. We don't give sales targets to our managers. We don't give sales
Wonderful.
targets to our operation heads. The sales target is only for us, because we know that, you know, for us as to build a brand, there are 2 things that we cannot compromise ever on, and that is why we are here. Is because one is that we don't have to compromise with the quality, and we have to keep changing, evolving with the time. And second is my guest delight. That has to be the top priority always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. And I think, you know, my personal understanding, talking to so many founders and entrepreneurs, founders who themselves are into the field, you know, they deliver the best. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है वो बेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ लीडरशिप होती है कि आप खुद करके दिखा रहे हैं, आप खुद कर रहे हैं और आपकी टीम आपको वैसे फॉलो करती है, एंड होगा नहीं कि आप रिजल्ट्स नहीं पाए, एंड दिस इज कमेंडेबल. आई अंडरस्टैंड ऑल द सक्सेस स्टोरीज एंड जो अच्छा होता है, ये अच्छा बनाने के लिए आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव हैड numerous challenges, especially when it is, you know, food.
Yes.
Let's hear the sobbing stories now.
I think there are a lot of challenges, especially when you're building something.
Yeah.
Running a single restaurant is also very tough. And when you kind of want to expand the brand to multiple cities at multiple levels, you know, starting with a team of around 25 people. Now THF has 1100 people in the team. And to manage everybody, to manage every store, every city is very, very challenging, and there's a lot of hard work that you have to put in. F&B में राशि जी सबसे ज़्यादा कंपटीशन है, और आपको मैं सच बता रहा हूँ कि जितनी मेहनत F&B में है, रिटर्न उतना नहीं है. हाँ, because of the kind of this is what people say, this is what the industry says, कि return on time invested is very less. उसका शॉर्ट फॉर्म भी लोगों ने रोटी करके बनाया हुआ है.
अच्छा.
हाँ, तो but again there are numerous challenges, like, you know, let's talk about coffee.
Yeah.
So people are still learning about coffee, and there are very few people who do specialty coffee in India. We started as a specialty coffee brand, and now, you know, coffee is very, very challenging. If you want to serve good cup of coffee at all your stores, consistent coffee, it is not an easy thing to do.
Same flavor, same kind.
Same,
you know,
same.
Yeah.
So when you're in Lucknow and you like my coffee, and then you're traveling to the airport, and you you go to Aerocity outlet and you order the same cup of cappuccino, and the cappuccino is not consistent, then you'll feel यार ये मजा नहीं आया. This is not a good brand.
हाँ, आज क्या हो गया?
हाँ, because F&B में लोग बहुत ज्यादा chances नहीं देते हैं. एक बार उनको समझ नहीं आया, वो कहता है यार क्वालिटी गिरा दी बंदे ने, है ना. So you know, there's a Q grader.
Okay.
In coffee.
Achha.
For if you're using 100% Arabica beans, they will grade your coffee, and if your coffee is scoring out of 100, if it is scoring more than 80 points, which is, you know, based on your aroma, flavor, body, acidity, sweetness of the coffee, that coffee is called specialty coffee. So anything which is less than 80 points is commodity coffee.
Okay.
And now when we talk about coffee, people have less idea, but you know, coffee की bean निकालना, and there are different processes that वो red cherry से आप coffee निकालते हैं, और उसके बाद उसको अच्छे लेवल पे रोस्ट करने के बाद उसको अपने आउटलेट में जो आपका बरिस्ता है उसको वो कंसिस्टेंट तरीके से शॉट निकाल के कॉफी बनाए. It is not an easy thing to do. You know, 90%, this is what I believe, 90% of the thing is being happened in the outlet by your barista. आप कितनी दुनिया की सबसे महंगी कॉफी भी ले लोगे ना, if my grind size is not okay, if my shot, the recipe that I created for a blend is not okay, there's no point how expensive coffee that you've used. You know, I went to Thailand, and because I really like now coffee as a subject, and I keep traveling, I keep learning coffee. And so when I went to Thailand for a coffee workshop, my workshop for day one was talking about water.
Achha.
I went to learn coffee, and they were talking about water. And there I learned that, you know, the coffee TDS, the water TDS plays the most important role in your coffee, in your espresso. If the TDS is below 70, the coffee will be sour. If the TDS more than 250, your coffee is going to be bitter. With the same coffee machine.
Achha.
Yes, the water TDS changes the coffee flavor. So coffee as a subject, and you know, and you talking about food, there are a lot more subjects like this. To create systems, to follow the processes, that is most challenging. You know, I see people like to build a cafe. Unko lagta hai bada flashy business hai, people are going to know me, and I'll open a cafe, I will go there, I'll have you know, a cup of coffee, I'll order a beer for my friend, and it is going to be very flashy, a business. But सच्चाई ये है कि I have seen when I opened a cafe in 2016, all my buddy entrepreneur, all my buddy restaurateurs, mostly 90% of them have closed their restaurants.
I'm sure.
Yes, it is a very tough, very challenging job to do. You have to be consistent, you have to be innovative. You just cannot think कि आज मैंने ये कर लिया and I have, you know, ये मैंने अब रामबाण मार दिया, अब मुझे कुछ नहीं करना जिंदगी पर. ऐसा नहीं है. हमेशा, you know, there are new trends coming now. Matcha is trending, so you have to do something with matcha. Korean food has come up now in a big way. It is coming in a big way, so you have to introduce something with, you know, that feel into your cafe. So it is very challenging. The licensing is very challenging. To maintain that hygiene is actually very, very challenging. And as a brand where you're following on the norms, you're following every rule, your margins are very less. So out of 100 rupees, you know, लोगों को लगता है यार कॉफी हमने 200 रुपए की या 250 रुपए की ली है, इसमें बनने में कितना लगा होगा, 20-30 रुपए. बाकी तो यार ये 220 रुपए कमा रहा है, ये बड़ा अच्छा काम है, कैफे खोलते हैं. But that is not the true picture. You know, out of, अगर ये 250 रुपए की मैंने कॉफी किसी को बेची है, the max, if I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm going to save only 25 rupees out of this. And if my corporate structure is very, very heavy, मतलब तो फिर हो सकता है कि कॉफी बेचने में नुकसान हो रहा हो for that particular moment. So there are a lot of struggles, and there are a lot of but if you have that you know, that willpower, that vision, you overcome all the challenges. I've seen at the same time when I say that, you know, a lot of my friends have closed down the restaurants, I've seen a lot of people doing really, really wonderful in this space. People are doing very, very you know, wonderful restaurants, bars, cafes. Brands are expanding at a, you know, at a tremendous level. There are few brands which give you that, you know, vibe, you know, that even with staple food you can create something great, like Rameshwaram Cafe. And that is what inspires me also, because it was very challenging. The most challenging thing for me was to create a brand out of tier 2 city. When I told my father once that, you know, I'm going to create a 100 crore brand, he didn't believe me. And when I took an investment from my first investor, I took that investment of 131 crores, which was last year. And I told my father that, you know, and he could not believe. He's like, aisa kaise hoga? A lot of people from metro, like a lot of restaurants, could not believe that a brand from Lucknow could, you know, do something like this. And UP is a potential market. I've changed. I've seen UP how it has changed because
Yeah.
I had a restaurant in 2016. After 2017, things started to change.
Yeah.
Uh, as an entrepreneur, I tell this to a lot of my friends, a lot of people who meet me in THF. They want to create something big, and they are from UP, and they have that thing कि यार UP से कैसे बड़ा brand बनाया जाए. I want to tell this to everybody that if you can work really, really hard, if you have guts to really create something, to have a consistency in your product, you can create a brand from anywhere. जरूरी नहीं है कि मेट्रो के ब्रांड ऑफ कोर्स मेट्रो व्हेन यू ओपन मेट्रो in that kind of competition you kind of started to think in a different way, in a different level altogether. But if your product is right, बाकी सारी चीजें ना आप इवॉल्व करते हो टाइम से. The kind of THF that I built in 2019 and the THF today is totally different.
Of course.
In terms of everything, in terms of hygiene, in terms of a service, in terms of quality, in terms of packaging, in terms of presence, in terms of marketing, PR, everything. So, but if your product is right and you really, really believe in yourself, you can create any brand from any city, no matter what.
100%.
Yes.
I so believe what you're saying. Ankit, tell me something. We are talking about the brand on the whole. Now let's talk about you handling the business. I want to know this, that are you a qualified chef? Have you learned? How do you upgrade your skills? I understand that you go out, you travel, you see the world, you learn new things. But see, we are also doing a small business like a podcast, but you have to upgrade your skill. Otherwise, you can't survive,
Yes.
So tell us about that.
So, I'm not a chef.
Okay.
And as I told you that I was into real estate.
Yeah.
I did economics, studied economics as a subject. But I think I've been a good observant of things.
Excellent.
I can understand things better. I understand food very well. A lot of my chefs have started to call me chef. I think it is not just about cooking, but also about understanding people, understanding the markets that you're going to enter.
The flavors also.
The flavors,
what will go
yes,
well with the
yes,
tongue.
yes.
Yeah.
That is very, very important, as an entrepreneur, because I think I'm not a chef that acts very, very positive with me.
Yeah.
So that
Well
I don't have to stick with a certain recipes.
Well said.
If something nice comes up, and I taste and I feel that this is good for this market, I kind of adapt that. And I've seen that with a lot of chefs that their recipes. In THF, it is like an open platform. You create something nice, and we will put that on the menu.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Very well said. When we started the podcast, you spoke about the vegan and gluten-free, delicacies you have at your cafe. Let's hear what kind, and how do you, because see, the shelf life is not great with these kind of products. How do you maintain that?
To everybody's surprise, we do some great vegan mithais.
Okay.
That has mithais, and that has a shelf life of around 25 days.
Wow.
Yes, because we don't add khoya to any of the mithais. The majorly the kind of mithais that we make is with dry fruits. Achha. Like something that we make with pecan, something we make with macadamia nuts, something we make with cashews, almonds, high quality pistachios. And when you create products with dry fruits, the shelf life of that product goes naturally is higher than something that you make with milk products or dairy products. So that is one. And people are, I think people are getting that habit of evolving into gluten-free products, and they want that. They want to try it.
Actually, मैं यहाँ रोकना चाहूँगी आपको. अगर मैं एक होम मेकर हूँ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है, एंटरप्रेन्योर में, बिकॉज आई ट्रैवल द वर्ल्ड, सो आई नो. बट नॉर्मल पब्लिक को नहीं पता होता है. वो जैसे ही देख लेंगे कि इसमें शुगर नहीं है या ये ग्लूटेन फ्री है, मन में पहला ख्याल बताया क्या आएगा? बेस्वाद होगा. इसमें that's human psychology.
Yes.
You have to fight it out. Personal level पे हर किसी को fight करनी पड़ती है. मैं भी पहले ऐसी ही थी. अच्छा नहीं स्टीविया वाली नहीं चाहिए, मुझे नॉर्मल दे दो भाई, मैं एक खा लूंगी. How did you fight that psychology? Because see, I feel that people buy your gluten free मिठाइयाँ,
Yes.
जो एक बहुत बड़ी बात है.
हम्म.
कैसे आपने फाइट
देखिए
करा?
मुझे ऐसा लगता है राशि जी कि सबसे पहले व्हाट यू सेड, इसके आदमी जब देखता है ये सब चीजें तो उसको लगता है यार ये टेस्टी नहीं होगी, विच इज एक्चुअली ट्रू. खाना जो है ना, अगर स्वाद में अच्छा नहीं है तो वो चाहे कितना ग्लूटेन फ्री हो, कितना कुछ भी हो, पीपल आर गोइंग टू ट्राई इट फॉर वंस, बट दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू गेट stuck to it.
Yeah. Sorry,
So
repeat
first
it,
is that you have
customer.
to create a recipe which is actually nice, which is actually good. So now, right now, we have create. I was, we were trying a new recipe, creating something with dates, and I took it home to my kids, and I just opened the box, and it had covered with dark chocolate, which is without sugar. So they kind of saw chocolate and they ate, and when they ate, they liked it, but it was sugar free. It was a vegan product. So I think स्वाद खाना अच्छा होना चाहिए ताकि वही आदमी को दोबारा लेके आता है. आप कितना अगर अपने ब्रांड को बहुत ज्यादा प्रो हेल्दी बनाने के चक्कर में रहोगे तो ऑफ कोर्स लोग आएंगे. आई विल नॉट से कि दैट कॉन्सेप्ट विल नॉट वर्क, बट लोग दोबारा बेस्वाद खाने के लिए नहीं आएंगे.
हाँ, repeated
ये लोगों की
customer.
ये मतलब ये लोगों का एक परसेप्शन उनको मन ही नहीं करेगा. इट डज नॉट एक्साइट देम. So that is why and things like that where a lot of people that I see now, they want to try something, they want to go out with their friends, they cannot eat anything, they are on a diet, but they kind of have that black coffee, and they try a very small something in the menu, like they order a piece of baklava with the coffee, and this is how people evolve. But then what you said was right, that majorly even most people that I see, उनका कहना यही है कि
अच्छा, या तो देखने में बदसूरत सी होंगी चीजें ये, या मतलब कोई चीज सुंदर देखने में तो you want to pick it up and you want to eat it.
Yes,
most of the time when we are on the shoot,
हम लोगों को जब भी हम मेन्यू बनाते हैं ऐसा कुछ vegan gluten free, तो दो चीजें ध्यान रखते हैं. पहली चीज तो भाई स्वाद में कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होना चाहिए. It has to taste nice.
Yes.
That is like the number one priority. And then the presentation, yes. Now there are a lot of things where the presentation comes first and the taste.
Yeah.
But moreover, if you want to bring your customers back, your guests back, the taste has to be the priority. The quality and consistency has to be the priority, no matter what.
Okay, now see, this is my personal question to you. I'm fond of cheesecakes. Okay. What is the speciality you're doing in that?
Cheesecakes, very good cheesecakes.
Okay.
As I told you that we do eggless menu.
Yeah.
So all the cheesecakes are with the scratch recipe, but eggless. And we do very, very lovely kunafa cheesecakes. We do blueberry cheesecakes.
Okay.
We do a Calibo chocolate cheesecake.
Okay.
We do Basque cheesecake. So we do multiple varieties of cheesecakes.
Okay.
And even seasonal cheesecakes. So we do mango cheesecakes, strawberry cheesecakes. There's a good variety of menu that we have in the patisserie section.
I'm going to die on the podcast now after hearing all this. I'm feeling hungry already. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, Ankit. What is one failure that has given you the biggest lesson of your life?
One failure, I don't know whether, because in business, I think we fail every month. There's something happening, something bad happening, and we kind of learn from that. I have read somewhere that you make mistakes fast and you learn from it very fast. But I will not call it a failure, but when COVID happened, it was a very new brand. और बेकरी में, स्वीट्स में आपके पास ना स्टॉक पहले से होता है. रेस्टोरेंट में तो आपके पास सेमी फिनिश ज़्यादा होता है, बट हमारे पास सेमी फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट लाइन अच्छा खासा होता है. और जब कोविड आया तो सब कुछ बंद हो गया. और my family was looking at us, me and my brother. Yeah, they're very stressed because we worked really, really hard to build this. और ऐसा लग रहा था सब कुछ खत्म हो गया. एक साल की मेहनत पूरी जीरो हो गई, वेस्ट हो गई. People were calling us for rents. We were getting consistent calls. जितना अकाउंट में पैसा था, because once you start earning, you stop taking it from your parents.
Of course.
तो जितना पैसा था वो सब सैलरी में जा रहा था. हमने सबको बोला था कि जब तक कोविड है कोई बात नहीं, हम सैलरी अपनी जेब से देंगे.
Wonderful.
एंड हमने अपने लैंडलॉर्ड्स को बोला कि हम रेंट 50% देंगे, पूरा नहीं दे सकते. और एक टाइम पे ऐसा लगा कि अब जब पैसा नहीं है हाथ में, वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू रीओपन दिस. बट एक दिन ऐसे ही न्यूज़ आई ऑन टीवी, सोशल मीडिया, दैट now bakeries are allowed to do delivery business. And I called Zomato. And I said, is it true? They said yes. But at that time, Zomato, Swiggy, everything was shut because they also, were taking time to rebuild their team. मैंने और बादल, मैंने भाई को बोला, मैंने कहा भाई एक काम करते हैं, चलते हैं. We have really worked really, really hard and we don't know what is going to happen in the future. But अभी जो हाथ में है, उसको देखते हैं कैसे कर सकते हैं. So we called 2-3 people. We didn't call the housekeeping. I was taking care of the housekeeping of this cafe. And my brother was taking care of the retail section, how to set the retail section outside the cafe. Because you were not supposed to open the cafe, but you could do just the delivery. Oh. And opening a restaurant is like a bombshell of costs that are involved. You have electricity charges, your AC, because you cannot stop the AC and work in it gets very humid. So हमने बाहर 2 टेबल लगाई रेस्टोरेंट की. अच्छा. और वहाँ सारी ब्रेड्स लगाई. And we started selling that. And that day I realized that you don't have to be disheartened with things. You don't have to see yourself as failure, because there are going to be things happening around you that you will feel that this is failed. But I think you have to fight with that if you really want to create something big in life. और उसके बाद से फिर हमने कभी पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देखा. All the failures, for a successful person, I think success is all about respect that that person gets out of the business. Because we kind of, as a businessman, we create smaller goals. We create bigger goals. Smaller goals sometimes fail, and then we learn from that. The next goal is even better, and the bigger goals is what the target is. But we never kind of think that successful, एक बार हो गए, एक रेस्टोरेंट चला लिया, successful हो गए, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. We opened Varanasi. Since the day one to this day, there's been waiting since 1 hour every day. And अब इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम सक्सेसफुल हो गए, बट जो नेक्स्ट चैप्टर, द नेक्स्ट आउटलेट दैट वी आर गोइंग टू ओपन इन बरेली नाउ, यू आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. सो इट इज स्मॉलर गोल्स दैट वी मेक, और वो छोटी छोटी सक्सेस होती रहती हैं, छोटे छोटे फेलियर्स होते रहते हैं. यू लर्न फ्रॉम दैट एंड यू मूव अहेड.
What is the good part, what I just learned from what you just said, that आपने खुद खड़े होके ब्रेड बेची. अंकित, ये छोटी बात नहीं है, क्योंकि जब आप एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाते हैं, फाउंडर बन जाते हैं, और आप एक बिजनेस सेटअप कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद उस चेयर से उतर के अगर सड़क पे खड़े होकर हमको कुछ बेचना पड़े, और आपने वो किया, एंड दिस इज नॉट अ स्मॉल थिंग, बिलीव मी. मैं यहाँ बैठ के पॉडकास्ट करती हूँ बड़े मजे से, मेरी टीम है, लेकिन अगर मेरी टीम को कहीं ट्रैवल करना है, इंडिया में कहीं दूर जाना है, तो मैं उनके साथ उठाती हूँ लाइट. वो मुझे बोलते हैं, मैम क्या कर रही हैं आप? चलो, बिकॉज दिस इज माई लर्निंग एज वेल कि एक फाउंडर तभी फाउंडर है जब वो खुद हमेशा काम कर सकता है. एंड ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, और ये आई थिंक दैट इज योर ब्रांड इज स्टैंडिंग ऑन दिस वैल्यू.
आई थिंक फॉर एनी ब्रांड द एथिक्स फ्लो फ्रॉम द टॉप. अगर पूरी टीम को दिखता है ना दैट देयर इज सम पैशन हैपनिंग, इट इज नॉट जस्ट, we are not just selling baklavas or mithai or coffee. This is a vision that we are creating. We have created, and we are following that vision. My vision was to create Lucknow's biggest F&B brand. Then it changed to creating Uttar Pradesh's biggest F&B brand, and we are at the verge of doing it. Leave about targets. THF is going to be there in every tier 2 city in UP in the next 6 months.
Wonderful.
And this journey of expansion started just 10 months back. Yeah. So we opened 7 restaurants in 5 years. And we opened 8 in 10 months. And we're going to open next 8 in the next 6 months.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And wish you luck for that.
Thank you.
Now, Ankit, this is going to be a very interesting question for you.
Okay.
cake.
Okay.
Okay? You always say that it's an experience.
Yes.
It is not just a cake.
Yes.
And I tell myself that eat the cake and smile, lady.
Yes.
Now tell me about the different kinds of cake varieties you're doing and what is so special about the rest of the cakes that you get in the market. What is different?
I think first is the kind of raw material that we use
Hmm.
and the kind of hygiene that we follow, the hygiene standards that we follow across all our stores and kitchens.
Okay.
And that is what stands us apart from the players.
Hmm.
You know, there are products in the bakery section that we are sourcing from Ireland.
Acha.
The cream that we use is we are sourcing from Ireland. There are products that we are sourcing from UK in the bakery section. And also the flavors that we kind of
Yeah.
have developed in the bakery.
Hmm.
अभी लोगों को बहुत demand है specific. People want to avoid cream cakes. So we generally, as a brand, when you make cakes with less cream, it costs you more. Yes, because the raw material goes more into inside. But this is what we do. Because एक टाइम के बाद ना प्राइस बहुत ज्यादा चार्ज नहीं कर सकते. अल्टीमेटली गेस्ट को आप नहीं बता सकते कि यार इसमें क्रीम कम है तो मैं महंगा दे रहा हूँ. Because they are going to come to the shelf, they're going to see half a kg, and mostly people order from Zomato, Swiggy these days. Cakes business is mostly on Zomato, Swiggy now. And they see half a kg, they see the price and they order. So that is the reason why people stuck to THF is because of
the pricing.
The pricing, which is a value for money, like more than value for money for you, and also the kind of ingredients that we use. The cake is always fresh. Generally, I don't know, I've seen a lot of brands, they follow a standard of keeping the cake in the shelf for 48 hours. THF does that for 8 hours.
Wow.
Yes. If you don't sell...
And what do you do if it's not sold then?
It goes into the bin. Dustbin, yes.
Or have you collaborated with any orphanages?
मेरा बहुत ज़्यादा इस चीज़ में you know, as an individual, we are very, very, you know, into helping people, and you know, we kind of share a part of our income with underprivileged families and people. But मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि यार जो मैं कस्टमर को नहीं बेच सकता वो मैं किसी को फ्री में क्यों दूं? मतलब
बहुत अच्छी बात है.
वो क्या मतलब है? It does not feel nice. अगर मैं कुछ ऐसा अपनी share of income I'm sharing it with people, and that is a family value that me and my brother have got. तो अब अगर बिका नहीं 8 घंटे my SOP is for 8 hours, तो मैं किसी को बुलाऊंगा कि भाई तू इसको खा ले, but it's just not right. So and then it also creates, you know, a very bad impression in the team. Then they don't want to sell it. You know, they know that after 8 hours this person is going to give the cake to somebody, so they don't want to sell it.
Correct.
They would ask for it कि सब मेरे घर में किसी का बर्थडे मुझे दे दीजिए. So to avoid, you know, at that level of problems in the business, we are very, very strict with SOPs. So 8 hours, my pastries and cakes. Luckily, you know, as a brand, our wastage is very, very less. It's not even 1% of the total revenue. So we don't keep anything past 8 hours in the shelf.
Okay, the bakery items, the
fresh
items.
Yes.
Okay.
Like breads is for the shelf life. If the shelf life is for 5 days, we keep it in the shelf for 2 days.
Okay.
Dry cakes have generally more shelf life.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do your rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay, Ankit. One word that defines THF: passion, flavor, or design.
Passion.
Your go-to comfort food at the THF: sweet, bakery, or coffee?
Coffee.
If not F&B, which industry would you pick? Real estate again or something new?
Again, if I have to select right now, something new. I want to do different things.
Okay.
Yes.
One habit that changed your life: discipline, vision, or networking?
I think vision changed my life.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, the dream city for THF flagship store: Delhi, Mumbai, Dubai?
Dubai.
Okay. So, I think we'll be able to help you there. So, we'll take you to Dubai.
Done.
Okay, great. Okay. So, before we close the podcast, Ankit, what is, I understand that you're opening more stores Any new bakery items you're putting into your store? What is the future now for you? Where are you heading to apart from just opening the stores?
So, as of now, we're going to create a very different concept,
Okay.
which is an experience center of THF.
Wow.
Yes, and we are going to come up with the very in basically that a concept that we have developed for metro cities, and the first store is going to come in Lucknow, I think
Okay.
in April or something,
Okay.
and that is a very different kind of a brand. Very experiential, where we're not just going to make or cook food. You are going to, as a customer, going to have a sensory, feel of the product that you're going to have.
Okay.
And that is a concept that I've been working from last 7-8 months.
Okay.
And we're very excited about that. THF, as a brand, we're expanding in every horizon, like
Okay.
in wherever we see. In terms of product, we are innovating. Every day there's something new coming up. There's some new raw material coming up. There's something new product line is coming up. So हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा up to date हैं चीज़ों को लेके.
Wonderful.
What I said कि 2019 में when I opened THF, and THF today, it's totally different. Yes. Yet the essence of the brand is same. Yes. The essence is not changed.
And Ankit as a person, how much has he changed?
Ankit as a person has changed a lot. I've started to travel a lot for work. I've started to, when I was in boarding, way back when I was in 2005. No, I think I went to boarding in 2002.
Okay.
2001.
Okay.
And then I used to miss home. As a person, now because I'm traveling so much, I have started to miss home. I crave for that, free time with my daughters. So that is something which has changed. अब मुझे लग रहा है कि शायद I'm not a boy anymore, the way I love traveling, but because now 10 to 12 days in a month I'm traveling because of expansion, because of new store locations and all these things. So that has changed in me. Okay. I have started to hate traveling now.
Wonderful. Ankit, what is your one message to all the communities, brands out there? What is it that you want to say to everyone?
I want to say to people who are from cities like Lucknow, who want to expand their brand, their footprint to bigger cities, is that, there's a perception that tier 2 city has their own cloud. They has their own, preferences, and metro city has bigger preferences. I think if your product is right and you have that vision and you have that guts, you have that persistence, you can build a brand anywhere. If the product is right in this city, it is right across the board, everywhere.
Wonderful. Well said. And I so believe this. I'm from Lucknow and I know कि लखनऊ के लोग बड़े बड़े झंडे गाड़ते हैं, मुझे पता है, और हर जगह आपको लखनऊ के लोग
मैं गोला से हूँ, मैंने गोला गोखरनाथ. बहुत सारे लोगों ने नहीं सुना गोला से.
नहीं, मैंने भी नहीं सुना.
हाँ, it's a very small town. And whenever my friends they come to Lucknow and they tell people, अबे restaurant देख रहे हो, ये गोला का है.
Yeah.
So you have that feel for your own people from your own city.
Yeah.
And that's what I say, that people of UP have started to love this brand a lot.
Yeah.
Because they know that this is something which is being originated here and something which is of international standards. We have opened in Banarasi with world's biggest coffee brand.
Okay.
The brand is adjacent to us.
Okay. Okay.
We're selling 10 times more coffee than they are selling. So that is what people are associated with the brand. They know that the coffee, the products are of international quality. They're loving it because they know that something like this can come from UP as well. And that is what is exciting them. And that is what is giving me even more boost, like work even hard for this brand, and let's create something big out of UP.
Wonderful. Okay, I should have asked this before we started the podcast, but I'm asking you now. Why did you keep the name THF, the Hazelnut Factory? So it's very different.
Yes, I wanted to keep a name which goes with everything.
Okay.
So now THF goes with everything.
Yeah.
THF goes with coffee.
Yeah.
THF goes with mithai. When you think of doing mithai, you see majorly names like uh, Indian names, Gopal Das, and things like that. So something to associate with, an English name to be associated with mithai was very, very risky. And this abbreviation THF was very, very nice. I liked it. So that is what my gut said, that this brand, the name is solid.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. So the name itself is amazing, and the food, and let me tell everybody, Ankit has got a hamper for me to taste everything. I haven't yet tasted, but I will, and definitely. But I think people have already filled my mouth with so many flavors, talking about it, and my parents and the families and the friends. So I wish you all the luck, Ankit,
Thank you so
and thank
much.
you so much for being
And thank you so much for calling me here. This is my first podcast.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ankit.